At least 12 people have died in a wildfire in southern Spain, with 23 people still missing. Firefighters are battling to bring the blaze under control in a wooded area around the town of Los Gallardos in the Almeria province, a popular holiday destination.
The wall of smoke and flames tells its own story. One of the deadliest fires in Spain's history. It continues to rage in the southern Almeria province. Firefighters racing to bring it under control in a bid to find those still missing and stop the blaze spreading even further. A popular tourist region, authorities believe most of those killed were foreign nationals.
4 personas que iban en el coche.
4 people who were travelling in a car have died. It appears that all 4 are foreign nationals and maybe British, as the car has the steering wheel on the other side, which suggests it could be British, but understandably it will take time to identify them.
Local officials say the fire is thought to have started when a power cable fell on a patch of dry scrubland. Early summer heatwaves across Western Europe in May and June have parched vast areas of land, making them particularly vulnerable to wildfires.
The situation we are experiencing right now, as you can see I have the flames behind me, is terrifying because there is a lot of wind. The fire has spread very quickly. We are very concerned because houses are burning.
Scores of distraught residents have been evacuated from the area, with officials urging people to heed instructions and avoid taking any risks as authorities focus on saving lives. Emergency services say rescue efforts are complicated by the large number of steep ravines in the area. Europe is warming at more than twice the global average, according to the World Meteorological Organization, making prolonged heat episodes increasingly likely. Fiona Mitchell, RTE News.
Well, we're going to return now to those devastating wildfires in southern Spain, which have claimed the lives of at least 12 people. And we can speak to journalist Alessio Garlanda with the Olive Press. Alessio, thanks indeed for joining us on 6-1. You have been close to the scene of the fire today in Los Gallardos. Can you tell us what you've seen?
Hello, thank you very much for having me. I am now in Lubrin. This is a small town close to Los Gallardos, where dozens of residents of nearby villages were evacuated last night and today. Still now, you can see huge plumes of smoke billowing from the raging fire. A small town nearby, El Marchal, has just been evacuated as well. About 40 people were asked to leave their homes because the flames are approaching. So it is all quite scary. Right now, I'm at a shelter where some evacuees, many of them Brits, in fact, have been evacuated too today and last night. I spoke to a few of them. Of course, they all report of terrifying scenes on the ground as flames approached their homes, but at the same time, they all seemed very, very grateful and thankful to emergency services for everything they've been doing around the clock since the fire broke out yesterday.
Fire seemed to spread incredibly quickly. What do we know of the geography of the area that would have allowed that to happen?
Yes, it is correct. The fire has been spreading very, very fast. In fact, we've got one report of the mayor of Bida, who, when he was informed he had to evacuate his town, he said he looked out the window and, I quote, he saw flames barreling towards him. Now, the reason for this is that the Almeria province, away from the coast, is generally quite dry year-round, but all the more so now as Spain goes through the second heat wave this summer. The first one was in early June, and now we're still going through the second one, which has caused temperatures to skyrocket all over the country, including in the north, which is generally much cooler. All of this has made grassland much, much drier, which means that strong winds have an easy job of fueling the flames.
A really devastating situation, and that emergency response continues. But for now, journalist Alessio Garlanda, journalist with the Olive Press, thanks indeed for joining us on 6-1.